Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. American Pickers Danielle Colby moved on from failed marriage. American Pickers fans have fallen in love with Danielle Colby over the years. As they watched her uncover numerous treasures over the years, viewers started to care more about Danielle and the other stars' personal lives. Unfortunately for Danielle, the fame that came along with appearing on American Pickers caused some trouble in her love life, leading to divorce. But now she's moved on and tied the knot with someone new. Here's what is known about her new husband, Jeremy Schuch. American Pickers star remarried in February. Fans know Danielle Colby from working in Mike Wolf's antique shop on the History Channel show. Before becoming a star on American Pickers, Danielle was married to Robert Strong. The couple got married in 2004 and had 2 children together. Eventually, her newfound fame impacted her family. She said that fame and notoriety wasn't easy for her ex-husband to handle. In the end, their relationship didn't work out. Following their split, Danielle had to make a number of difficult decisions about navigating their divorce and custody of their kids. She also had to consider whether or not she wanted to start dating again. For Danielle, it took a while to find someone worth pursuing, but she eventually married again. The American Pickers star got hitched to Jeremy Schuch in February 2024. Danielle Colby's husband leaning into her fame. Although her life in the spotlight didn't suit Robert well, Jeremy seems to be all about supporting Danielle's career. On Instagram, he describes himself in his bio as Danielle's hunky husband. However, he hasn't totally ditched his own aspirations. Jeremy has an art career and seems to enjoy photography specifically. He often shares stunning photos on Instagram and has a professional portfolio. His website says that he earned a bachelor's degree in printmaking from the Kansas City Art Institute. He also apparently studied abroad in Australia and has been featured in several art exhibits over the years. Before meeting Danielle Colby, Jeremy had his own 15 minutes of fame. He is a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan, and in 2014 he made it on TV a handful of times for his reactions to the game in the stands. "My phone won't stop blowing up. I've already gone through 1 battery today. It's been ridiculous. I've got a radio interview tomorrow morning out of Kansas City, and I'm getting ready to jump on Skype to do a TV interview with Channel 5 in Kansas City. Shameless self-promotion. Oh yes, I do have an art website, you should go buy art," Jeremy said at the time. It seems like Jeremy is more than comfortable with his wife's fame, but he isn't interested in pursuing his own time in the limelight. He seems content with supporting the American Pickers star and making the most of life. When Danielle Colby from American Pickers decided to step away from her marriage, it wasn't a decision taken lightly. Known for her strong, independent spirit, Danielle had faced challenges both on and off the screen, and her marriage was one of the most significant battles she had fought behind closed doors. For fans who have followed her on American Pickers, her life often seemed adventurous and free-spirited, but like anyone else, Danielle had her fair share of heartbreaks and challenges. Stepping away from her marriage opened up a chapter of growth and self-discovery for her that few people were privy to until she began to share pieces of her story. After her marriage ended, Danielle didn't immediately jump into a new relationship or lifestyle. Instead, she took the time to focus on herself, her passions, and reconnecting with parts of her personality that had faded over the years. While working on American Pickers provided her a consistent outlet for her love of vintage collectibles and American history, her personal life became a platform for exploring her creativity and grounding herself. In the wake of her divorce, Danielle leaned into her other passions, including her love for burlesque and artistic expression. Burlesque had always been an important part of her identity, a side of her that celebrated self-confidence, liberation, and a fierce independence that she carried offstage. Many might see her tattoos, her bold fashion sense, or her outspoken nature and mistake her for someone who never felt vulnerable or doubted her choices. But stepping back into the burlesque world after her marriage ended was a way for her to reclaim her sense of self, a side that had been put on hold for her former relationship. Burlesque was more than just an art form to Danielle. It was a space where she could connect with others in a meaningful way, fostering empowerment and confidence. As she performed and invested more time in this world, she began building a community around her of like-minded individuals who valued authenticity and self-expression. Danielle took on the role of a mentor to other women, showing them that it was possible to come out of difficult situations and rediscover your identity in ways that feel empowering. Another side of her post-divorce life was her deeper dive into social issues that were close to her heart. Danielle, who has always been vocal about her beliefs, used her platform to advocate for causes like women's rights, domestic violence awareness, and self-empowerment. She saw her experiences not as a setback, but as a way to reach others going through similar struggles. Speaking openly about her divorce, Danielle became a voice of resilience for fans who found strength in her candor. Traveling with the American Pickers team also became a therapeutic escape. While many saw her as the behind-the-scenes glue holding the team together, her role became something of a pilgrimage through the small towns and cities of America. Danielle's road trips were not just about uncovering hidden treasures. They became a journey of self-discovery. Each unique find held a story, and in a way they mirrored her journey. Items that had been forgotten or abandoned were given new life, much like Danielle herself, as she continued to reconstruct her life on her terms. In between the travels, she also took the time to expand her personal interests. Vintage fashion, for instance, became a huge passion project. With her background as a picker and her interest in unique pieces, Danielle began curating her collection of vintage clothing. Her knack for finding items with history, pieces with a story to tell, became her art form. She started selling some of her finds online, creating a small business that allowed her to share her love for vintage fashion with her fans and followers. Danielle's post-divorce journey wasn't without its challenges, however. She faced public scrutiny as fans and onlookers speculated about her love life and questioned her personal choices. But Danielle, always resilient, chose to address the critics with grace and authenticity. She knew that her journey was her own, and that every step she took was leading her closer to a more genuine life. For Danielle, moving on from her marriage was not just about closing a chapter, but about writing a new one with a bold, fearless pen. The love she found was not in a new relationship, but rather in the relationship she rebuilt with herself. Danielle Colby taught those around her that moving on didn't have to mean forgetting the past or ignoring the pain. Instead, it was about embracing every part of her story, from her American Pickers adventures to her burlesque performances and beyond. With time, Danielle learned to lean into her personal evolution. She opened herself to new experiences, kept close those who had supported her, and turned away from what no longer served her happiness or sense of purpose. Her failed marriage became a stepping stone rather than an anchor, and as she moved on, Danielle Colby did so with the strength and character that her fans and followers had always admired. Today, Danielle continues to live a life that defies convention, one where her passions lead the way, and her past serves as a powerful reminder of her resilience. Though American Pickers remains a big part of her life, her journey has shown her that she is more than any single role. Danielle Colby has taken the reins of her own story, and with every new chapter, she inspires others to do the same.